Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have uh, a great topic for today's show in which it is mental illness, how people have been suffering during the past 2 years, and returning back to business. So let's get right into this. And this is actually in three parts. The first part is the mental illness part. The second part is the how people have been suffering during the past 2 years. And the third part is returning back to business. But this all gets clumped together, even though it's in three separate sections. So let's get right into this. Um, Mental illness is a serious illness. It is real. Okay. And for for people who have mental illness, um, a lot of times they have um, trouble, getting to know people, trusting people, you know, de- uh, getting back into society and stuff like that. And then, with this pandemic that has been happening for like the past 2 years or so, when everything basically shut down again, the people with mental illness, they went back to being cocooned again, being isolated again, and um, so people with mental illness really, really took it hard a lot, and um, with feeling isolated again, and uh, with feeling that everything was taken away from them again. Being away from their families, being away from their loved ones, being away from all the uh, places that they went to for services and stuff like that. So this really took a toll on people with mental illness, mentally, and then so um, and this didn't just affect people with mental illness mentally. This also affected pretty much everybody mentally. People have been going cuckoo for cocoa puffs, if you will, per se. If you see the news and stuff, a lot more people have been going crazy, like uh, doing more vandalizing and acting all kinds of stupid, even more so now. And not just that, a lot of businesses have been suffering. A lot of people were not able to pay their bills. So, business owners were, you know, feeling so stressed out about how they're going to be able to keep their businesses open. People with families, they were so stressed out for how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to make ends meet, how they're going to feed their kids, how they're going to be able to afford to keep their place of residence and stuff like that. And so everybody was suffering from this mentally, you know, and, um, you know, during the past, I would say like, I guess, year or so, maybe, whatever, a lot more people have been getting vaccinated and stuff like that. And that's a really good thing. In many states throughout the United States, many states have reopened and stuff like that, which is really good. And slowly things are have started to come back to a quote unquote normal. And now, after being isolated for 2 years or so, now everybody's you know mentality is like, oh my god, how do I handle this? I'm actually returning back to stuff, and how is this going to work out? Is it going to work out? Am I going to be able to catch up to all my bills now? Am I going to be able to keep my business? And, you know, uh, people with mental illness, you know, uh, they have to get used to like re come back. returning back to society. They're like, I'm gonna have to return back to society, return back to the places that I was going to before the COVID, and you know, I'm gonna have to wear my mask a lot. I'm gonna have to, how am I gonna handle this mentally, and social distancing and stuff like that. It's not gonna be the same. How can I handle that mentally? And um, so here's how I think. And this is just me personally. If things are reopening, that's a great thing. You got to focus on the good. You really got to focus on that. And if places say we can reopen, but these are the rules that we have to go by, people got to wear their masks, people have to social distance, you know, we just got to say to ourselves, you know what? I'm just going to force myself to obey the rules and regulations. I'm going to force myself to get back to, at least I can get back to the place that I was going to now, even though it's under certain rules and regulations. It's not exactly the same as it was before the pandemic. Um, and you got to say to yourself, things will get better over time and stuff. And um, it's going to be a slow pace. It's not going to be, as of tomorrow, things are going to be returning back to a quote unquote normal before, as it was before the pandemic. Um, but things are starting to come back, especially in many states now. Um, uh, like in New York, um, like I said, a lot of people have gotten vaccinated. Starting next month, which is in April, Pfizer will have the data to how to go about getting the vaccines out to children from 0 to 4 years old, and they can hopefully start distributing the vaccines to children of those ages as well. And uh, really, I mean, the people getting vaccinated, the percentages of people getting vaccinated, especially for New York, um, have been have been pretty much wonderful. I mean, uh, from for the people 18 years of age and older, it's the percentage of vaccinations and stuff like that have been uh, very high. So that for that age group, um, for uh, for people that are like 15 to 17 years old, for those age brackets, the vaccinations have been very high as well. For uh, from like the five to uh, from the five to like I forget whatever age, you know, though the vaccines have been the vaccinations have been at a very high rate for people of those ages. So um, I shouldn't say very high for that age bracket. It's for those for like 5 years to I forgot whatever age. Well, for New York, that's been between the 30 somewhat percentage and 40 somewhat percentage between the from the first doses to the uh, full, the full vaccine as well to being fully vaccinated as well, meaning, you know, so that's gonna get higher, you know. So next month, hopefully, kids from 0 to 4 years old could uh could start to get vaccinated. So, I mean, to my estimation, like pretty much by June, estimate, at least for New York, anyhow, we'll have the herd immunity, and hopefully, uh, a lot more mandates will be taken away. Hopefully, even more things will open. For now, anyhow, at least for New York. I can't speak for really any other state. Um, there's just certain places that people are having to wear their masks and stuff like that, and proof of vaccinations, and which is just like hospital settings, healthcare settings, um, daycare centers, um, trains, buses, train stations, bus stations, you know, you know, senior citizens housing, nursing homes, you know, um, that's basically the sections to where people still have to wear masks and stuff like that. And but pretty much everything else, everywhere else, you don't have to wear masks and stuff like that. I'm just talking about just for the state of New York. So, but hopefully, then by maybe by June, as long as things keep staying well, and things stay on the right path, then you know more mandates can be lifted. Then you know. So um, that's a really important issue, and here's what people have to realize as well. This is a very important thing for people to understand. Number one, uh, it's never going to be a 0% of COVID cases. It's going to be a very, very small percentage. Okay, like maybe like 5%, stuff like that. But you're still going to have people that are uh, using religious exemptions uh, to not get vaccinated. Some people have certain health issues that they cannot get vaccinated. Um, so, um, it's just going to be a very small percentage. And um, so that's a very, very important thing to remember. And also, the other thing is, you know, during like the fall, winter uh, time, like from October to December and stuff like that, that's going to be the time to where everybody's going to have to, get their vaccinations again, basically annually for the most part, just like uh, um, with the flu. It's suggested once a year for people to get their flu shots, right? That's what this is going to turn out to be as well. Now, some people are saying that come like this fall slash winter, people are going to have to get their fourth vaccination. Um, for some people that is the truth. For people who just like maybe within a month or so had just gotten their booster shots and stuff. So come the fall, winter, they're gonna have to get their fourth shot. For people like myself who got the booster shot, I think I got it like last year and stuff. I have to get my annual uh vaccination come like the fall, winter, you know. So and then it's going to be pretty much after this year, pretty much starting like next year. It's just going to be like an annual thing, just like the flu, you know. So, um, and that's really important for people to realize as well. So, those are the two things that people have to realize. Now, I don't really have much time left, so um, I just wanted to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. And the link to there is awldny.com. And uh, you guys can check out all the products on there. All the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is aihny.com. And you guys could check out all the pages on there. You guys could check out all the changes that I've done to the website. I even added a donations page. So you guys, so any donations that you guys can give, like monetarily wise, really. is appreciated. And also on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. Also on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the two books that I wrote. And if you follow those links, you guys can check out both of my books, and you guys can also purchase both of my books as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.